Good morning. Today is a foggy Thursday and I'm currently waiting on some thread to come for a project. So I thought I would jump on and do a really quick video because it's something that everyone's been asking, and it's about my sewing corner. So a couple of months ago, I decided to purchase this cabinet behind me as a way to have my own sewing corner, which was tucked away as well once I'd finished with it, because I was sick to death of looking at this colossal sewing space that was coming further and further out into my living room, and it wasn't inspiring. So I decided to purchase this cabinet. Now, if you haven't seen my sewing corner transformation, I'll put a card up in the corner at the top so you can check that out first. But as a lot of you wanted a sewing corner tour, I thought I would do that for you today. So it's not going to be very long because it's not a big space, but I'll show you how I organise my space, how I sew in my space and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting from the top, I keep all of my spools of thread on the top, as well as one of my pin cushions, a little mini mannequin that gets swapped fabric all the time when my daughter decides to do a new dress on the little miniature dress form. I have this wonderful birthday present that I got given that's actually got nothing in it at the moment, but it's a space that I'm sure I'm going to fill. So that's what I have up top. I have a random little Minecraft man up there. He's not supposed to be there, but never mind. I will get it out of the way and show you my corner of shame before we get into the nice stuff. So in this corner is my cutting out paper for tracing patterns and things. I have various shelves that I can add to my cabinet. I have a ruler and I have some of my lighting equipment down there. That's my little corner of shame because I haven't yet found a proper home for that. And this is the front of my cabinet, which I'm sure you would have seen. So if we open this up, these doors actually go all the way back and fold behind the cabinet, but I don't have room for that because it's in the corner. Oh, I need to move my mannequin out of the way. There we go. So these would fold all the way back to give you more room, but alas, I don't have the room for that. So what I've got is I've started sticking these plastic hooks on the door to add a bit more of an easy grab storage situation. So in this first little cubby, I have my ruler, my pens, my pencils. I have a few, I have my seam ripper, I have my rulers, things like that, just little things. And then in this tub here, I've got all of my different feet for my sewing machine that I keep in there. I have a slightly overflowing tub of needles. Always need lots of needles. In this box here, it's just full of ribbons and zips and all that stuff that I've got no place to hang yet. I want to find a proper organisational way of doing those. In here is my PDF patterns and my traced patterns that I've obviously traced and printed up. This is my little sewing Bible. So I put all my projects that I've made in here. I believe I've shown this on one of my videos before. I think it was sewing tools or something. I showed that there. I absolutely love that. Here I've got some extra patterns. I've got one hopefully that I'm going to start sewing up soon, which is the Sophia dress. So that was printed out by the Fold line. These are just patterns that either I'm not going to like sew up anytime soon, or that just aren't traced in my current size. In this little tub here, I've just got some chalk, I've got some wax for hand sewing, and just clips. I did have a whole bunch of clips and they've gone missing, so I'm not quite sure where they all are. And then I just have a little extra case with loads of spare bobbins there, and my pin cushion. I like to keep the things that I use the most in the cubby holes so I don't have to go rooting around for it. So in this cubby hole here, this is absolutely just filled with patterns. If you're interested, I can go through what patterns I've currently got in there. I do swap it around. All of the patterns in there are just what I intend to sew. I've got a fair few, but not too many. I think I'm quite good at not hoarding patterns. They're just spare. This is what I keep my patterns in. So once I've traced them, I put them in these little envelope things, and then they just go into my folder, which is actually full, so I need to get a new one of those. I also have my pattern weights, which I obviously always need, and the best pair of dressmaking scissors that I've ever owned. They're absolutely wonderful, and they were only, I think, £20 or £25 from Amazon, but I absolutely love them. Again, I think I linked these down in one of my videos, but I'll find the link for it, because these are absolutely fabulous. They're not that expensive, and they are so sharp. Even comes with oh, if I can open it, even comes with some snippers, and again, these are really sharp. I managed to cut myself on them just looking at them. So that's what I've got in there at the moment. In here, I've just got a few bits for my serger and some buttons for another project. I just got some miscellaneous stuff in here. I think these were clips that were meant to go on my pinafore. I think it was my Bobby pinafore, but turned out to be way too big. So that's what's in just my cubby holes, my reach. So on the actual desk, we have my serger, which is, I think I picked up from Lidl for like 200 quid. It's quite a common Singer serger. And I have my Juki DX3, which I absolutely love. And then this section here comes up and out. So I can't do that one-handed. So I'm going to pull that up and out now, and then we can have a look underneath. So this is the usual setup that I have. I normally have my sewing machine here with a chair, and then I have all of this space to put the pattern pieces that I'm about to sew or anything that I need to put there. And then I have my serger this side, and I just wheel my chair around this side. And again, I have all of this space at the back to put anything I need, my sewing projects and things like that. I will eventually stick this to the wall, well, to the back of that. This cabinet did come with a plug socket, but it was an American plug socket, so I had to switch it out for a British one. So that's gonna fit on there eventually. So my list of things to do. So that's the top of my workstation. And then underneath, oh, if I get down here, is, I've shown you this to you guys before in my previous video, but this is where I keep all of my fabric. So this top drawer comes out like that, and I've just got some plastic tubs that I put it in. I've got some more fabric over there, here, and then again I've got 2 bins of fabric underneath. This bin here has got a project that I really need to start, which is my Jessica blazer by Closet Core Patterns. I've been wanting to start it for 2 years, but been too intimidated. But that's about it, guys. Like I said, it's quite short and sweet. I don't really know what else to show you, if I'm honest. I mean, this is my sewing area. It's not huge, but it works for me. I do cutting on the desk sometimes if I'm doing small projects, but I still use like my dining room as my cutting area. In an ideal world, I'd love my own sewing room, but I just don't have the space. So this is my little nook in the corner of the house, which I absolutely adore. It's my little safe haven, as it were. But I hope you enjoyed. It was, like I said, really short and sweet, not a lot to show you. I've had this now for a couple of months. I like the way it's working so far. It does help me make sure that I keep my fabric stash quite low, otherwise I'd have to store it in other parts of the house, which I absolutely hate. I like to have everything all in one place. So it does help me with not buying too much. It helps me with organisation. I know where everything is now. I think I've got it working to how I like it anyway. And I'm really happy with it. So I can leave the link in the description box below if you want to check it out yourself. I think it was called Bureau of Elegance where I got this from. And it was a hell of a lot cheaper than a lot of other craft stations that I've seen. So this was, when I bought it, £675. Whereas some of the ones that I was looking at, I think it was like called Sewing Box or something. It was well over £1,000. It was like £1,500, and it was a very bulky piece of furniture. Where I think this isn't too bulky. I think it's no bigger than your standard double wardrobe. So I'm really happy with it anyway. It suits my lifestyle. But that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this really short little vlog. And I'll see you next time. Bye.